Hello students, and welcome to the next lesson in our AS level psychology course. Today we're going to be looking at Harlow's monkeys. The evolutionary theory of attachment. There are two theories that explain why organisms are going to attach. One of the two is called the evolutionary theory. In order to survive, the species will attach to a caregiver because that caregiver can provide them with protection and food which will give them a survival advantage. A survival advantage is basically an ability or a trait which is going to increase the chances of survival for that organism. So what did Harlow do to show this? Harlow was a scientist who studied the importance of forming attachments. He conducted experiments on monkeys that were kept in isolation. He measured the attachments of the monkeys that would make with two different model mothers and assessed them with the difference in their attachments formed. Harlow removed the monkeys from their mothers as soon as they were born and then kept them in isolation. He kept them in cages with two different models inside them. They were made of different materials that resembled a mother-like figure that was looking somewhat like a monkey. One of them was made of a wide mesh material that was quite hard, but it had a feeding tube attached to it. The other one was made out of cloth and was really soft, but it didn't have a feeding tube attached to it. He measured how much time the monkeys would spend with each mother and then evaluated why they were really using each mother for whatever they wanted to attach to them for. The monkeys spent more time with the cloth mother as they were hugging it than the mother with the feeding tube, which seems kind of weird because you would have assumed that the monkey would have wanted to spend more time with a mother that would have increased its chances in survival with the feeding tube. When the monkeys were frightened, the monkeys would always run to the cloth mother in search for contact comfort. Monkeys also had long-term emotional consequences due to them not being able to form attachments. They acted more cruelly towards their offspring. Harlow called this maternal deprivation because they were deprived of the possible attachment with their mother and instead were forced to attach with this metal wired mesh or this cloth, which wasn't really giving them the right comfort they needed. Evaluating Harlow's experiment. The monkeys never experienced maternal deprivation because they never actually did have a mother and form an attachment with it. Instead, they suffered from privation, which is never having had the attachment with the mother. Humans are also more complex than monkeys, so Harlow can't really apply these findings to the monkeys to us humans specifically. The monkeys were also taken outside their natural environment, so they were behaving in different circumstances due to maybe being encaged in a different cage as opposed to maybe being studied in the jungle. Also, Israeli kids who were brought up with nurses in their early years still had strong attachments with their mothers. This then disproves the ideal that maternal deprivation can suffer long-term consequences on the subject. Here you have some questions on Harlow's monkeys. What I'd like you to do now is have a go at attempting these on a separate sheet of paper by pausing the video. Hit play whenever you're ready to see the answers. Here are the answers. If you got all of these right, congratulations. I'd advise you to move on to the next video, which will be on human attachment and Bowlby's theories, which is a big part of the course, so I advise you to check that out. You can also check out this lesson's notes in the description below and visiting www.reviselevel.co.uk. Remember to comment if you have any questions and I'll be sure to answer them. As always, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.